Alright, for this assignment we had to make an obstacle course that was Earth-themed, so I tried to make it as Earth-themed as I possibly could, sort of. It's kind of hard to think of ideas. I just made this kind of mountain island, mound of Earth, you know, and put obstacles in it. So let's just go ahead and play through before we look at some of the code. You start out looking at the water, and you walk up. You see this sign that stays centered. And then as you're walking up the mountain, you see the different layers of rock here, representing what you will soon figure out when you look at these signs, the layers of the Earth, because each of these signs actually say inner, outer mantle, upper mantle, and crust to represent the layers of the Earth. Now, I figure most people can kind of recognize that. It doesn't need to be really explained anymore. And if you're really playing the game, you know, you would go back and look and check. But since I know the answers, these are wrong, and then you would check and know that the one that was in the correct spot would be this, an open outer. This would one open the upper mantle, and then this one opens the mantle. So they're all open now. And then, oh no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh, well, the sign said stay centered, so you have to go through the center one. And here, this sign says stay rooted, which means just basically be balanced. So you're on these logs, and oh no, it's harder now. And this actually is a little hard. I might miss. Let's see. Oh, I didn't. Great. So now we're on this one, and we obviously can't reach that. So we gotta wait for this little floating flower to come get us, because we don't want to fall into the rock water pit down there. There we go. Oh, good. I made it, because that would be painful. Alright, so now we got to cross that. And then we have the sign says to go slowly, so you kind of walk, you're a little hesitant, and then you're like, what's up? Oh, and they bounce you, which is so fun. The leaves are bouncing. I'm not jumping. It's so great. So you bounced through there, and now you seem to reach this peaceful-looking onsen, which is actually the end. And it's like your little reward. You make it, and all these little flowers start floating around you, and you're in this steamy onsen, and that's the end of it. And yeah, it's actually got the water effect is actually going on here. It's kind of small, so it's hard to tell, but if we go out into the actual bigger water here, into here, you'll see you're actually getting that water effect. I could not get the actual swimming animation to work. I know it's easier, probably easy to do. I just couldn't do it. But it's so dark you can't see very well, but the water texture is actually on both sides. You can kind of maybe see it in the distance there. So the water texture is on both sides, and then you can go up and down just like it would be in water. And it's a little blurry, motion blur there for the water. It might be a little hard to tell. But yeah, that's it for that. Probably should have got out. So now, I guess for some code, nothing coded here, but if we go over, let's get over here. So for these were just triggers for a lot of collision stuff going on here, collision and destroying. For these, this is the button to open those doors. And, you just have the overlaps, casting to that third person, getting your reference to your wall that you destroy and destroying it. It's pretty simple. And they all have that. And then you destroy these. And then once you destroy them, again, it was collision. There's a collision box right here with basically the same code. This one, which causes this wall to be destroyed. Similar code. I don't think I need to show you that. It's pretty much the same. And then when you get over here, it's, again, kind of the same thing. We have, I can probably find this one. For this collision, it was kind of the same thing, you just have your same overlap, casting, then we're casting to that, the log next to it that falls, and we want the log to, go down. So we're just getting that location here and then telling it that, we want it to go down to this new location. And was just a capsule thing there, and it causes this log to go down. And then for the flower was, I used the cinematic stuff up here. Can I open it? Let's see. Honestly, it's kind of hard to open that one. Sure, let's just see what happens. Well, okay, here we are. Yeah, it was the matinee, and then I keyed it, and what you do is you key it, and then you move it, and you key it, and you move it, and you key it, and you move it, and it just becomes like a little movie there for you, and of this going around, and then, it's just how I made him have a platform that moves continuously, it's looped. And then for the leaves, more collision, impulse stuff going on there. Let me get to it. It was just a bump one. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Let me find the actual blueprint for that. Maybe I will just never find it. It might actually be in the third person character. It's hard to remember all of these, I'm telling you. Let's go see. It might be here. Is it here? Yeah, it is. Okay. Hard to remember. Sorry about that. It's in the third person character. So again, we've got that capsule casting to our little leafy thing, and the capsule is the character's capsule, you know, casting to the leaf that bumps him and it just shoots him upward. And that one's pretty simple too. And then once you're across all these little leaves, you get over here and you trigger a particles to turn on. Let me get that one. It's so hard to remember where all of these are. Let me find it. Oh, here we are. Yep. So again, you know, we have our particle system there, and the sphere, and the particles are those flowers, and you know, lots of casting, and it just activates it. Simple as that. And that was pretty much it. You know, just earthy themed stuff with some simple casting, collision boxes, destroying, some bumps. You know, keeping it simple and trying to make it look nice. Hope you like it. That's all I got.